Hello everyone, this is Bob and Threadbare, and welcome back to The Witcher 3. And looks like that's about as far as Roach can take me. I'll have to make the rest of the climb on foot. Whoops. Luckily a good roll can undo that mistake. Now of course you may be wondering why I'm climbing into the mountains like this. And the answer is that I found a bunch of buildings up in the middle of nowhere, and I got curious, so I've decided to come up and see what's there. Apparently the answer to that is Alguls. Alguls who are high enough level that their barbs are able to stagger Geralt, but not high enough level for them to deal actually that much damage. Unfortunately, the bleeding effects that my sword has means that I only have to hit them twice before, the bleeding damage just takes care of the rest. Oh, there's a little shrine over here. Well, let's see. Yeah, green marker is that way. Well, it looks like there's an actual road. Oh! So that's what's up here. A distillery. Well, I actually happen to remember what the distillery is for, and so we sort of saved ourselves some time. Because we're going to have to come back here eventually to do a side quest. As you can probably tell from the red glowing distillery urns or vats, and the fact that we can't interact with them as of yet. Just you wait, fellas. I'll be back for you later. And hey, we also cleared out the Alguls, so now we don't have to worry about them. Anyway, you can see we are on sort of the southeastern side of Ardskillig. And while I have defaulted once again to the main quest, I am still searching for the rest of the bear gear. Well, it looks like this is going to take me onto another one of the side islands. And once again, because I read those maps, I've got this free signpost that I can warp to without having to make the long trek across the water. Here we are.
Cerys dropped in for a visit. She come for a reason? Or just a visit?
I don't know. Must have a matter.
You didn't ask her?
Yeah, I'm not. Didn't want to talk to
You're useless.
Ah, so that's what this island is. The one where Cerys went. Anyway, first things first, let's get the notice board to pick up some quests and some question marks. Wagnar's execution, someone's got a toothache. Someone's making kites for kids. Druids are regulating the fish population. And someone's summoning men for a raid against Nilfgaard. And here's the thing that we're interested in. Missing person. Might be something Geralt could do about that. Although probably not too much if it's actually cold feet from a wedding and, not a monster that found him and killed him.
See you're not from round here. What's brought ye to Speakerrock?
Heard you've got a job for a witcher.
Aye. My sister's near drilled a hole in me, got pestering me. I hung on notice, hoping she'd let up. Truth be told, Didn't really expect anyone to take an interest.
What's this about?
Me sister's betrothed. He's disappeared. Folks say he done a runner. Sis claims she saw a beast carry him off.
Sensing you just don't believe your sister.
They had their ups, they had their downs. Neil's thoroughbred skirt chaser, and Brit's just not easy to be around. But family's sacred. You willing to look into this?
Finding Nils won't be easy. Reward you posted's not enough.
Bring him home, and I'll spare no coin.
Need to hear something specific. A sum.
First, you gotta tell me something specific. What happened to Niels?
But we're gonna bargain anyway.
Agreed.
I'll see what I can do. Want to talk to your sister first off.
Brit and Niels had their favorite spot. Cliffs north of the village. Ever since he went missing, she's been wandering about there.
Thanks. I'll go see her.
Well, he's not lying about family is sacred and we won't spare the coin. It's rare for them to accept my first offer like that, especially when I boosted it up to 60. Yeah, I had a feeling he'd be willing to go high. Folks in Skellige are more generous to witchers in general.
Need to talk to you.
Leave me be.
Did you see Nils die?
I saw a shadow, great wings, like a cloud passing over the sky. Then I heard him scream. Something grabbed him, lifted him up, then flew off towards the caves on the shore. But he was alive, screaming my name.
I'll look into it. Gotta explore those caves Britt mentioned.
Does not sound hopeful, I'll say that much. Damn it. Come on, Roach. Gotta get up there somehow. Oh. Oh man, there's all sorts of enemies in this old watchtower. And I think that was an arrow, so they must be bandits. So they are. Am I? Am I really? Oh, and here's the rest. Come on, get closer. I mean, it was probably a good idea for him to just slowly back off from the quickly spinning blade. There we go. Finally got the clincher back up. It's taking its time. And as for you, Mr. Crossbow... Whoa. Looks like the missing floor knocked me out of the kill animation. Very interesting moment, no less. Ah, there it is. That's the chest that I needed to find in order to clear this location. And hey! Storm's gone, sun is out. I can actually see again. Oh, and I'm most of the way to the destination, too. Looks like there are a few question marks, but none on the far side of the island, oddly enough. Doesn't look like there's anything there except for snow and mountain. Crabs! Look at them scuttling. In a little bit of circle. Snow crabs. At least they're snow-colored.
Stinks of carrion. Necrophages.
Yeah, sure enough.
Drowners couldn't possibly lift Nils into the air.
Well, presumably there's more than just drowners in here. Oh, hello.
Siren tracks. A very big siren.
Well, that could drag a person into the air. Looks like my sword is fully charged again.
Strange scale color. Not your everyday siren.
Yeah, cave is getting a little bit dark in here.
Strange scale color. Not your everyday siren.
Let's see. I think sirens count as hybrids in terms of the best oil to use against them. Oh, what's this?
Melusine, the mad and dangerous lady of the depths. Clearly used to be worshipped here. Same scales as on the altar. Melusine cult didn't appear out of nowhere. Echidna's been living here a while. Went into hibernation some time ago, but it's awake now. And it's hungry.
I see. So an ancient siren called an echidna has been living around here for ages, and at some point in the past, the locals worshipped her in an attempt to stop her from eating them. Quite so much, as she sometimes does. I presume, anyway. And the Apiarian Phantom. It turns out the hounds count as Elementa monsters. And I figure, you know, while I'm here, I might as well just show off all of the entries. Pinnacus, Salma, the succubus. Yeah, succubi are also hybrids. And like I said, so are sirens and, well, echidnas. Arrakis, armored Arrakis, Endrigas of various sizes and flavors. Harisi, I think that was one of the unique ones. A type of venomous Arrakis. Ice Giant has been described to us, never seen yet. Abaya, that was the Grave Hag. A Doppler is a relict, as are imps. Oh, right. No, not imps. The imp turned out to be a Doppler. Gale the vampire. Type of catachan. Spectres, including Heims, which we have read about recently. White Lady, a particular type of wraith. But yes, all things considered, sounds like we need some hybrid oil coming up. We also need to cut our way through some drowners, but don't need any special oil to pull that off. Especially with our sword powered all the way up to 10 like this. Looks like the echidna awaits us above. Which is a little bit too bright now that I've got Cat on.
Nils. Gotta be. Some monster dropped him from high up. Brit wasn't lying.
There she is. And I shot her, but she's not coming down. Oh. There was the edge of the cliff. That was almost really bad. You coming down at all there, Melusine? I mean, if you want me to just sort of plink you to death over and over, I can do that. Actually doing some pretty decent damage with the crossbow here. There. Whoa, one hit and down she went. I guess that was the secret of this particular combat, is that she does not do well once you actually get close enough to hit her with a sword. I guess that also explains why I was doing so much damage with the crossbow. Alright, doesn't look like I can use the nests to get anything. They don't count as monster layers. So let's head back through the cave system. I wonder if you were supposed to try and lure her into the caves, because it certainly could be a boss arena. Then it's got enough vertical space that it would pretty much play out the same. Oh, but here's something. There's sort of a second higher level to this area. Nothing particularly in this corner. I'm wondering if there are any containers up here. Oh. Yes, there are. And it's the one with the Ursine crossbow, no less. This is what I came here to find, in fact. See? Job done. Now, of course, because crossbows are based on your current damage value, there's actually nothing to... there's no point in building them, and there's also no point in getting rid of them. The DLC crossbow I've got is better than the Ursine crossbow, which, unlike the swords and armor, does not have a legendary variation with higher values. As such, you won't see me building it, you won't see me testing it out, and honestly, aside from the look of the weapon, it doesn't change anything. Nothing important anyway. As such, now that the scavenger hunt is completed, all that remains is to find the fellow who sent us out on the hunt and tell him the bad news. And he's right down there. Kind of come up the high road to get into town here. So I'm gonna have to do something to get all the way down here. Luckily, getting down is always a lot easier than getting up.
Master Witcher?
Found an old echidna in a cave on the shore. Tough beast, but I killed it.
So Brit spoke true? A beast took Nils?
And killed him. Body's in the cave.
I'll have to fetch it. Witcher, would ye mind telling Brit what happened to her betrothed?
Fine. I'll talk to her. It's the least she deserves.
Feel like a damn fool now, not believing me own sis. Take this. Hard work deserves payment.
Farewell.
Shame about his brother, but well, I don't think he held out too much hope. I mean, he kind of did. He kind of assumed that his brother had to run off instead of dying, but even so.
Need to talk to you.
Leave me be.
Your betrothed is dead. An echidna captured and killed him.
Nils.
This won't bring him back, I know. But I avenged him. Killed the beast.
Thank you. Knew all along he was true to me. And so I'll vow to be true to him for the rest of my days. Take this gold. 'Tain't much, but I want you to take it.
Thank you, but I won't accept any coin from you.
Why do you offend me so?
Don't take it the wrong way. There are things even a witcher shouldn't take coin for.
Especially since I already did. I mean, I've talked earlier about the virtues of taking payment twice for doing a single job, but
Gotta admit.
in this case, it's from the same family. Just doesn't seem quite like two different interested parties.
What brings it to me?
In the mood for some...
I may not be getting any new cards for playing additional rounds of Gwent against regular merchants. But that ain't gonna stop me. No, sir. Impenetrable Fog, that might actually be useful against another Nilfgaard deck. And Commander's Horn isn't too useful now that I've got loaded up with all of these hero cards. Ah, dang it. It's got the unique spy card. I can't do anything about that. But I can draw all three of my spy cards and wait for him to start drawing some of his regular spy cards as well. Oh, well, if you're done, I'm not. I wonder if he's going to use any resurrection cards to try and bring some back. Certainly could. And I could as well. I think, in the first place, I'm just going to spend 2 cards and win this round, since he has so kindly decided not to compete in it anymore. Sadly, I also cannot draw cards from his discard pile anymore, because he has the Emir card that cancels out my Emir card. So, I'm gonna have to play this one honestly, such as it is. And match hero to hero. Yeah, the other trouble you see here is that pretty much even in terms of card count. Ooh. Murdered him. Luckily, I can do something about that. What's curious is that he hasn't played... Oh, here we go. Speak of the devil. Now, luckily, because he's got that ballista up, if he tries to scorch anything, he'll get burned as well. Until now, yeah, of course. Saw that one coming. And as it is, I'm not sure I've got enough power to win this round, so I'm gonna have to give it up and see what happens. Alright, black infantry, black bow dude. I wonder what he's got saved up, because I've got a hero with a resurrection ability, which means I can bring back something... Oh, something very useful, actually. Which gives me another hero, and the ability to shut down his front row. Thank you, cards. You always know what to get me. Now he's out of cards, and I am going to tie with him on the last round. I have never seen this happen before. This is wild. So that's what happens when you draw completely from the entire round. Anyway, I had too many special cards at least, so I decided to get rid of one of them. Scorch also is not going to be too useful. So let's keep this going. I've got 3 out of the 4 Impera Brigade out. That's going to be potent. And curiously, he does not seem to have his spies in hand, because he would have played them by now if he had. He does have a decent roster of heroes, that's something. And I might get this scorched, like so. But I do have cards for that. Well, now he plays the spy card. Odd timing. Anyway, I've got a pretty decent lead, and he's only hurting it himself with like that. All the spy cards are coming out now. Weird timing. But yeah. Thanks to my point advantage, he has lost his card advantage for the second round. And I can't afford to just pass this second round. What I can't do is bring that guy back in the third round. Just like so. But maybe a couple extra cards would be more useful for me. Well, yeah, sure enough, since he's also bringing back spy cards. 2 can play at that game. Ooh, decoys. We're getting into it now. And luckily, he only had 1 spy card in his discard pile. Come on, scorch me again. I dare you. Alright. Card advantage has disappeared. But now that he's scorched twice, I don't think he's got a third card. And he definitely doesn't have any more spies in his discard. And so I can use those weather cards to make his reinforcements absolutely miserable. Oh, yes. Oh, I like the look of that one. Oh, you got one last chance. You're gonna do your best, but it's just not gonna be enough. That was surprisingly exciting.
What bring?
Wouldn't mind a...
Oh, and he did get a new card this time. Weird. He's also got a good pile of money, too. Alright, what do I need? 300. That should do it. Oh, looks like he takes trophies. Don't need all of those. Really, I don't need any of those. Luckily, he had just enough left to still take the axe. Oh, looks like he's only a amateur crafter.
Farewell.
Right. Anyway, we're here, we're in town.
The blood of kings.
Maybe we should find out what Cerys is up to. Also visit the other merchants before we do that. Looks like there's one over here by the signpost.
Ah, damn the dogs, you don't look like one to haggle.
Don't know that I'm gonna buy anything, but I sure wouldn't...
I haggle all the time. What are you talking about? I mean, not with merchants, but... Alright, Squayatel. So, what I don't need is that torrential rain. And hopefully I'll realize that. Yes, I do. Good. Alright, time to get the spies out. Ooh, buffing my spies. Like it ain't no thing. Okay, 55. I can handle that. Ooh. More cards assembling. 85. Might not be able to handle that. But I can bring that artillery unit back. So... yeah. This is what Frost was made for. One card, and it's over. Ooh, and there's my third spy. Alright, let's, you've passed. I mean... okay. I'll take it. It's just unusual to see them give up with 3 cards left in their hand.
Ah, damn the...
Show me what you got and we'll see.
Couple of books I haven't read. Might as well. Then I'll just send all of this stuff I've already seen. And buy that back, because when you disassemble a shell, it turns into pearls. Can't let that go. Alright.
So long.
I'd say that about does it. So let's see. Anything else in town, or should we head straight for the main hall?
Gotta come back tomorrow.
Rare indeed, get to know it. Teeth chatting to the
Axe.
We've a God who hears the gods. It's a gift. Demands respect.
Welcome to the home of Jarl Udalric of the Honourable Clan Brockfire.
Greetings. Wanted to see the Jarl.
Enter. Jarl's still speaking to his seer, but they should finish soon.
One thing. Watch where you step.
How come?
Jarl's not too fond of light. Makes it easy to trip.
Oh,
Y'all must have dreamt and
strong
noticed
as he
me.
looks.
Go on.
All of a sudden, the wind raged stronger. Heard of tumult off the starboard side. Looked to see half the crew swept overboard, out of reach.
We'll be done in a moment.
And then, a giant sea snake swam up and bit my arm off. The gods have spoken. A sacrifice is needed.
To my mind, it's about you defeating a snake, Jarl.
No, they demand a sacrifice. I'm sure of it. It's time.
We must wait for a clearer sign. At least till your next dreaming.
I don't need no more signs.
Looking for Cerys. Heard she stayed here.
Crate's daughter. Aye, she was here.
Where is she now?
What?
Cerys. Where's Cerys?
Dunno. Enough of the questions.
I say something wrong?
You must forgive the Jarl. Hasn't been feeling well of late.
Is he sick? He didn't seem quite right during Crach's feast, but...
Forgive me. I must go to him.
Where's Cerys? I've got to find her.
I don't know. Ask around.
Great.
Remember when that storm caught us in All's Bay? Aye, like it were yesterday. Off them fell overboard and near drowned.
Udalric dove in the waves and saved them.
'Twas the gods directed him. He said their voice commanded him to dive into the maelstrom. Too bad they didn't protect him from harm. Cut his shoulder to the bone. Wound that festered for a month.
man, I'm glad I've got subtitles on, because I couldn't hear any of that.
Remember me, Jarl?
I remember, Geralt, I remember. Forgive me, the gods speak.
Alright, guess that's just how useful he's gonna be then.
Darkness before ye. You're pale.
And supper knives are good for picking your teeth.
Alright, let's at least get the secondary quest active here so my waypoint isn't pointing in the wrong direction.
Axe. There's a weapon.
Oh hey, the tavern's open. Maybe they've got some cards. But first of all...
Greetings.
Ha! Nary a soul for months, then one day guests from afar start dropping like rain in springtime. You weary traveller? Hungry?
Looking for Cerys, Jarl on Crate's daughter.
Ah, you found her. Or near to. Lass was just here.
Know where she might have gone?
Took an interest in our Jarl. Asked about his childhood. So I told her to see Bergthora and Eirik.
Who are Bergthora and Eirik?
Years ago, Eirik was close with the old Jarl. Was the Jarl that helped him win Beg Thora's hand. They lived toward the east end of the village.
Take care.
Bless you. And my blessings to Cerys when you see her.
Alright, that was useful.
Hey there.
I mean,
Sorry to interrupt.
there it goes.
You need something? Come, let's have a pint and a chat.
Thanks, but I'm short on time. Looking for a girl named Cerys.
Crachan Crate's daughter. She was here, but I've not seen her away.
Take care.
Alright, so that was less useful.
Greetings. I'm looking for someone.
Lucky chap you are then. Truth be told, I'm taken, but village is brimming with lovely girls.
I'm looking for Cerys.
The skinny thing. Lovely doe eyes, true, and she's from an honourable house. But the lass is gaunt as a sapling.
I don't know where she is, and her father...
Ugh, tell Crach to calm down. No Skellige lass can perish in her own isles. All right, she was here a few hours. Went to find me man Eirik. Needed to talk, she said. They should be on the beach, t'other side of the isle.
Thanks. Take care.
Good luck searching.
No Skellige lass can die in her own isles, except for all the ones who do. Rather consistently, too. I'm guessing what she means is that the locals understand the local dangers. That's not too helpful to me. Just need to go over... Oh. Oh, that's a problem. Looks like Eirik isn't much of a fighter.
Fucking Mudabra! Swimming like gulls around the waist heap. I be sure we showed them.
We? Seem to remember you sitting on that rock crying for help.
But if not for me warning, you'd be herring bait about now.
And if not for me, you'd have sat on that rock till you died and rotted.
For the love of Freya, all right. Have it your way. You saved me, now what? What, need I march around the country singing in your praises?
No, just tell me where to find Cerys.
Must be daft. You helped me with the Sea Devils, but that don't mean I'm willing to gossip about Uncrate's daughter.
What is the best approach here?
Think for a minute. If not for the Jarl, would I know to look for her here?
Ah, right. So it's like the Jarl himself sent you. Should have said so at the start. She asked about our Jarl and his family. Went to Odeldrick's old family home. Yonder on the hill.
Thanks. Farewell.
And she is really getting around here. And yeah, sure enough, it is in fact yonder on that hill. Also, there's this other patch of houses that has not previously been indicated, and I figure, you know, might as well see what's over there. Since the direct approach up to the house is very difficult from that direction. Very much not recommended. And also, over here, we've got some Endrigas.
Like that silver.
And since I've gotten a new level, I can start powering up my sword again. Alright, where did Roach go? Oh, all the way down the road. Well, fair enough. bunch of white wolves. But those are less useful for powering up, both in terms of experience gain and in terms of weapon gain. Apparently this is the town of Hove. Not too much to be done here. Looks like they've got this arena over here.
Or cast leaden bolts and through them. What good would leaden
Oh, another.
Great. So what do we do?
Be
Go
my
to the
guest.
druids?
Druids aren't any good with wraiths.
Oh, suppose you're better.
Shut your gob. He's better than any. That's a witcher there. Listen, it's our arena. We've got a wraith that haunts it. Damned if we know how to drive it off. Do you think you could manage?
This wraith. I can probably manage it. Need the details.
What do you want to know?
Everything?
Know anything about this specter? When did it first appear?
The Grandad told me his Grandad said the wraith was called Ulla the Unlucky. Lost every bout he entered, yet always recovered from his wounds. Ulla weren't even able to die like a man.
Till one day, Jarl Hormar called a tournament in the arena. In those days, they drew lots to choose their foes, and the Jarl drew Ulla, the Unlucky. Jarl was cocksure he'd win, so he mocked Ulla, ridiculed him till all in the stands were crying with laughter. Finally, he raised his arms in triumph, and that's when Ulla, who couldn't take it no more, stuck a dagger in his back.
As he died, Thorma cursed Ulla. May ye lose again and again for centuries on end. That's what he said. Ever since, Ulla's haunted the arena, looking for a fight and getting a few.
Mean there've been those who've tried to defeat him?
You kidding? Everyone's beating him. Poor bugger keeps coming back, though. Can't organize no normal fights precisely 'cause of that.
What kind of an arena is this?
It's an arena, like any other.
The custom was for the best warriors to clash here. Speaker-og bouts were famous all across Skellige.
Then one day a wraith showed up.
How did you know?
Told you. He's a witcher. A cunning man. He knows these things.
All right. Could try my hand at driving away this specter. Not for free, though.
Get it done, and we'll pay you the champion's purse.
And the premium from our earnings to come. Once the fighting begins. After the curse is lifted.
Oh, sure you're not getting carried away there?
A little lie, but fuck it. Witcher gets rid of the wraith. He'll deserve a premium from the earnings, he will.
So be it. One time only, though.
Sounds reasonable. Wait for me here. Shouldn't be too long.
So the Wraith is cursed to always lose. So how do we break a curse of losing? Well...
Come to face the ghost of the arena. Don't be shy. I'll defeat Ulla the Unlucky. Just spare me your jabber, your cries of die, wraith, and I shall defeat you, spectre of the arena. I've heard them all 1,000 times. Dreadful sick of them.
You're no typical wraith.
Why not? Because I don't shriek threats and warn you of your death? Well, that's simple enough. Plain bored of that. Besides, I know how it'll be. You'll spit out some insults, pierce me with your sword, and I'll then disappear, only to be back here again in a few days. And it'll be so with those who come after you. Such is my fate. I'm to tarry here till the world's end, losing every fate along the way. But you've not come to chat. Draw it, swing it, get to work, and defeat the ghost of the arena.
Draw your weapon.
Draw in. But make it quick. And not too much drama if you don't mind.
Well, the answer is quite simple. You need to lose. You need to let him win for once in his life.
I defeated you.
Seems so. Congratulations.
But how? I was to lose till the end of time. What's that? I hear laughter and joyous cries. The clanking of chalices and a voice summoning me to the feast of heroes. You let me win. You freed me. Thank you. The gods be with you.
Farewell, Ghost.
All in a day's work.
Greetings.
Ghost shouldn't pester you anymore. Drinking meat with his ancestors by now.
Knew you'd manage it. Well, Gunnar, you're winning.
Here.
You bet on it?
Should have seen it. I said you'd pull it off. Gunnar said there weren't a chance. That's why he's got that sheep's arse frown now.
See that frown often, when it's time for me to get paid.
You needn't fret. We're honorable folk here. This is for you.
And remember, you get a cut of the earnings once we get the arena up and running again.
I'll remember that. So long.
Luckily, there'll be a reason to come back here later, and I can collect my winnings then.
Maybe that'll be a rainbow.
But before then, I've got an on-crate to find. And by the way, you may have noticed, but a number of the soldiers around here are wearing those helmets with horns on them. And you may say to yourself, but wait, that's a myth. Vikings never actually wore horns on their helmet. It was a mistake that was made when someone found a pair of drinking horns next to a buried Viking's helmet and thought that they were supposed to be attached. Well, you might not actually know all the details about that, but I do, and so you do now too. But here's the thing. This is Skellige. Skellige is not Scandinavia, and its people are not Vikings, even those who are raiders. That's why they have horns on their helms. Because this is not actually historical in any sense. It's simply historically inspired. Anyway, I've got myself a spit of land to climb up onto, because there's a question mark over here. Ah, it's a hidden treasure. Could have guessed as much. Come on, come on. There's gotta be a place to climb up here somewhere. Yep, sure enough. The crooked mast marks the spot. Here's those two books that I got earlier. And I've got a... Oh, hang on. Also got some drowners here. Apparently there is land just below the surface here that you can walk across to get to that spit of land. Before that, let's see if I can get another charge on my sword. I got close, but I would need one more drowner to pull it off. Anyway, oh, there's one more drowner, but he hit me. That's no good at all. Oh, actually, there's a couple more. Come on, looks like there's just one more below the surface, but do they come out when they're underwater like that? I'm not sure that they do. Anyway, so how does the mast mark the spot here anyway? I'm trying to see any sort of glowing objects out in the water, but I'm not seeing anything. A couple drowners around here, of course. Looks like a siren or two as well. Just out of range, sadly. Alright, I give up. Where is the circle I need to search for? Ah. Okay. Wasn't too far off then, and yeah, sure enough, there is another broken mast underwater here. Maybe that's what the note was talking about. Ah, there we go. Dead body. Not sure I would need a key for that. But then it doesn't seem like it's a container. Is the body pointing in a certain direction or something? Oh, thank goodness. Reached the surface just in time. Right, now where was I? I was fighting sirens, but also there's supposed to be some sort of chest or container around here. And there's a skeleton glowing red, but that's just not it. Is it higher up, back where I came from? Could have sworn I searched that. Whoa, whoa. There we go. There's a red glowing container. A chest in need of a key. Yeah, I do not get that hint at all, even now. Maybe it's just too dark and I couldn't see which way the mast was pointing. The one underwater, I mean. But regardless, that's all that taken care of. There's also a question mark at the top of the hill. But coincidentally, that is the hill that Cerys climbed up earlier. That's where I should expect to find her, I mean. So, 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's follow the roads as best we can. And head up to the top of the mountain. See who or what is up there. And, you know, I get that it's a more defensible position, and as the Jarl, you need to care about that sort of thing, but seriously, though, why is your house, and the only such house, halfway up the mountain like this? Oh, there it is, off in the distance. Might be able to get to the question mark directly by climbing up the mountainside, but I think we might as well take the more direct approach. It'll get us there at some point as well. I guess it's not the only house up here, but the rest just look like outbuildings. Yeah, storage areas, enclosed stable. Didn't sound like a god.
Fresh footprints. Could be Cerys's.
The fact that there's all that goo dripping in below zero temperatures is, troublesome.
Cerys. Passed out. Gotta get her out of here.
What happened? Where am I? Oh, my head. Pain's just awful.
Got hit with something heavy.
Geralt? Why are you here?
Came to look for you. Croc's worried. Taking you home.
I won't go until I help Ulrich. The sword! Where's the sword? I've got to go back!
You're not going anywhere. I carried you out of there a moment ago, half dead.
I have to!
You have to tell me what's going on. Why'd you go in there?
I wanted to help Ulrich.
Sure, he was acting strangely, but I don't see how your stroll through a haunted house will help him.
It would have if I'd only found the sword.
So what's this sword all about?
It's Brokvar, the ancestral sword of Udalric's clan. I needed to lift the curse that holds Udalric.
A curse?
Long story. Years ago, Udalric and his little brother butted heads over the sword. As custom has it, the clan's sword should go to the firstborn son, Udalric. But his father gave Brokvar to his little brother, Aki.
Serious insult in these lands.
Serious enough for Udalric to break a sacred law here in Skellige. He openly questioned his father's decision.
Guessing the old Jarl couldn't let it pass.
They chained Udalric to a pile, up to his waist in the sea. Spent 3 days like that. When his punishment ended, he and Aki sailed out to fish.
Got a feeling this trip didn't end happily.
Your feeling's right. There was an accident. A storm broke out and Aki fell overboard. Udalric had his hands full with the sails. Didn't hear his brother until it was too late.
Didn't hear, or didn't want to hear?
Some folk on the Isle had the same doubt, but none would mention it aloud.
What do you think? Did Udalric kill Aki?
I don't want to jump to any conclusions. But I do think whatever happened at sea that day, well, it's affecting Udalric right now. Powerfully so. And it could have something to do with that sword.
What did you plan to do with the sword?
I thought Aki's ghost would want it back.
The brother's ghost?
Long as I remember, folk have said Udalric's the chosen one. The one the gods speak to. I believed it once. But now, considering certain things, I think he's just haunted. And it's his dead brother that's haunting him.
Daring theory. Not breaking any of your laws just by thinking it.
Don't care. I don't believe it's the gods talking. Have you seen him? He's covered in scars.
Thought he earned those in battle.
If you call the strife in his heart and head a battle, I've asked him about it. He said the voices command him to hurt himself for the glory of the gods. I think not. It's not the gods, it's Aki.
So you believe Aki's getting his revenge, because Udalric let him die?
I've talked to Yort. He swears Udalric didn't start hearing voices till after Aki's death. And I don't think Yort's mistaken. He knew both those boys from the cradle. I think we've to give Brokvar to Aki, and he'll leave Udalric alone.
Not a bad idea, on condition it's a ghost we're dealing with. But something doesn't add up.
What's that?
Aki drowned at sea, said so yourself. But the ghost haunts this house.
Aki and Udalric both lived here. Maybe that's why. Thanks for your help, Geralt. But I've got to get the sword.
Out of the question. I'll get it.
Really? Thanks. So I can go see Udalric?
No chance. You're weak. Might pass out again along the way. Wait here, we'll go together.
Well, sadly, we're gonna have to leave this in the middle of things, because it's all gonna heat up next time.